Welcome to Wealthy Wednesday. And today I want to invite you to the buffer zone. So what's the buffer zone? Well, as human beings, we feel much better when we have a sense of certainty and control. Unfortunately, life isn't certain and it's often outside our control. Stephen Covey talked about 3 circles. We have our circle of control, the stuff we can literally control, our circle of influence, the stuff we can influence, and our circle of concern. Now that doesn't mean we need to be victims of circumstances, because we can do tons of stuff within the circle of control and the circle of influence. So today I'm going to talk about using your buffer zone to get a sense of certainty and control, even though you can't control everything in life. And specifically, I'm going to talk about savings and a special kind of ISA called an IFISA, IFISA. Let me quote from Paul Barron's excellent article on LinkedIn. There are 3 main types of individual savings account ISA. The cash ISA, the stocks and shares ISA, and the innovative finance ISA. The innovative finance ISA allows you and I to lend money to UK small and medium-sized companies and get the interest received completely free of tax. So if I stop quoting Paul for a minute and talk about why I'm excited about this, let me convey to you first of all, I am not an IFA. I am not allowed to give you financial advice, but I am allowed to get excited about opportunities. And I'm excited about this IFISA, this IFISA, because it is the entrepreneur's ISA. It's a tax-free, sensible way of building a buffer against the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune that can happen in life. It's our opportunity to get something within our circle of control and influence. And if you are entrepreneurially minded, this is your opportunity to invest your hard-earned money free of tax in other businesses. Gives you a chance to support other entrepreneurs. So let's return to Paul's article. The innovative finance ISA allows you to lend money to UK small and medium-sized companies and get the interest received completely free of tax. He goes on. The first reaction to that is, ooh, that is a bit scary and risky. Before you switch off from this, please consider the next few lines. There is an IFISA that has been constructed by Money & Co. through their peer-to-peer lending platform and asset management partner, offering a fixed return IFISA of 7% after fees. So that's a net return of 7% paid biannually, that is not only asset-backed, so going back to what we were talking about in Covey there, you've got your circle of control and influence, your certainty and that sense of control. So it's asset-backed. That makes it far more secure. So it's not only asset-backed with a charge on the assets, but it's also administered under a managed portfolio by Bramdean Asset Management. As a client of Bramdean in the managed portfolio, the client is covered by the FCCS, that's the Financial Services Compensation Scheme, under the usual terms of up to 50k. So this sounds like, and this is me talking now, not Paul's article, this sounds like an amazing buffer. This is a place to put your savings to protect you against those slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Put it into an ISA that invests in other companies, so you're entrepreneurially minded. Plus, it's backed by a charge on the assets, so we've got a level of security there, and under a scheme that's covered by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. Whoa! Going back to Paul's article. There are 2 main aspects the professionals warn about with an IFISA prospect. Firstly, it is the protection issue. Peer-to-peer loans are excluded from the FSCS protection, meaning that if you decide to invest in a loan to a business, the protection is only what you see with the loan itself, be it asset-backed or personal guarantees. Secondly, it is the time you lock your money away for. IFISAs generally have a longer fixed term, and you need to resell through the auction platform to get your money or part of your money back out before the end of the term. These would appear to be 2 very good reasons to ignore the IFISA as a general rule. However, what Bramdean have done is they've created a managed portfolio product whereby the asset management company select the loans, and by becoming a client of these managed funds, the client gets the added protection of not only the asset backing, but the FSCS as well. The second point raised is the fixed term. The loans are generally a longer term, and Money & Co are no different in the time they aim to invest, being a 5-year term, and whilst no guarantees can be given that they can resell through the Money & Co platform, they have never taken more than a few days to get funds returned to a client should they want some or all of their capital back before the end of term. Something else Money & Co have included is the flexibility. The client can either take the tax-free interest twice a year into their own bank account, or they can choose to put it back into the investment to continue growing. And that's the end of my quote of Paul's excellent article on LinkedIn. What I'd like to say there is, if you put your interest back in to the investment, you're going to start kicking into the wonderful experience in the buffer zone of something called compounding. The interest adds to that seed that you're growing, and it will grow at a much faster rate. So my point today is, on this Wealthy Wednesday, is it's essential for everybody to have a financial buffer just in case stuff goes wrong in life. That will give you a sense of certainty and control and influence over your future, even when you can't control all your circumstances. One of the best buffers is to have an ISA, that individual savings account. And all ISAs are not equal. So if you're entrepreneurially minded, the Innovative Finance ISA is an excellent choice to explore, discover and invest in. Thanks for tuning in to Wealthy Wednesday. Have an amazing day. Have an awesome week. This is McKee signing out.